We have with us today Mr. Philip Albach, the director of the Center for International Higher Education at the Boston College in the USA. His latest book is titled Road to Academic Excellence, the Making of World-Class Research Universities. And he has also been the editor of Education Policy. We are going to discuss with him today the importance of establishing a diversified academic system in order to deliver higher education in an effective manner. Welcome to Interview of the Month, Mr. Philip Albach.
Thank you.
The very first question in your presentation at the International Conference and Exhibition on Higher Education in Riyadh, you said that in a country only a limited number of universities should engage in research, while the rest should concentrate on teaching and vocational training. Why this three-tier systems in the academic system?
It's really very simple, and it's a multifaceted reason. One is no country, not even Saudi Arabia, can afford to have all of its universities or even most of its universities focus on research. There's just not enough money. Second reason is there aren't enough really qualified professors to focus on research. The third reason is no country needs research universities for its entire system. A country needs a diversified academic system that serves a variety of needs.
Saudi Arabia has a reputed research university, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. Does that fit well in your model of a successful academic system?
No. I think KAUST is a very important model and institution for the kingdom and probably for the region and maybe the world. And I think it has the potential of being highly successful. It's unique. It's unique in the kingdom, and it's not part of the system in the kingdom. It's separate. The problem in Saudi Arabia, in my view, is that there is no real system so far, because if you look at the rest of the universities that are managed by the Ministry of Higher Education, they are not differentiated. They're all considered more or less to be the same. And each of them can, if it wishes, compete to be a top research university. And that's a mistake. Saudi Arabia needs to insist that its traditional universities serve different functions, differentiated functions. Some of them, maybe King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals, or King Saud University, or Abdulaziz, have the potential of being good or even great research universities. But probably, and let's be honest, the rest of the institutions will take a very long time, and I think a waste of resources if they try to do that.
You say only a limited number of universities should engage in research. But every university wants to move up the ladder. After all, the world rankings are based on the number of research conducted at a university. So how can you restrict a university from conducting research and graduating to being a research university?
First of all, we shouldn't pay so much attention to the rankings. The rankings, as you correctly point out, measure essentially only research productivity. And that will apply to a very small number of institutions globally. So let's forget about the rankings. Secondly, it's important that the authorities, and in this case, probably the Ministry of Higher Education, determine in an objective way which institutions have the potential of being research universities, and also what are the other needs of society. And then essentially tell the institutions, this is going to be your mission, this is going to be your mission, and you're going to have to, for the good of the nation, comply with that kind of focus. You can be a world-class teaching university. You won't be in the top of the rankings, but you'll be doing a very good job in the area that's important.
So what you are saying is that in order to establish a successful knowledge base, it is important for a country to have a public academic system that caters to the different parts of its population and diversified economy.
Exactly. I couldn't say it better.
Yeah.
I might add, the only way you're going to get that is if there's sort of what the Europeans call steering. If there's a direction given by state authority to make sure that the universities will each be functioning in a logical way for the needs of the nation. Because unfortunately, if you leave it up to each individual university, they will, as you pointed out, all try to be research universities, and that's not a good idea.
Now, for the rest of the university, maybe the second and third tier universities, would you recommend that, or do you think that they should engage in applied research and technology transfer projects, or not even that?
First of all, I would not refer to them as second or third tier. I would refer to them as different. I would refer to them as serving different models, different needs in the society. And they have the chance of doing that in a first tier way. They just won't be first tier research universities. So that's part of the answer. The other part of the answer is, yes, there is a role for limited research among professors and students who have that interest as part of the broader teaching mission of an institution. And yes, definitely there's a role for technology transfer, particularly working closely with emerging industries and so on in the country, so that there's a link between the two.
Mr. Philip Albach, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for talking to RCYCI Media Center and featuring on Interview of the Month. Thanks.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
It is a challenge.